Hello friends, Josevich here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone, this time with some Mid-Jade Shaman, or I should say we're back with some Mid-Jade Shaman, as this was a deck that we did a little bit of climbing out of the teens with, or at least the mid-teens. We fell from rank 10, we were able to climb our way up with a nice, big, juicy control Shaman deck, slightly before it became popular online and everyone else started playing it as well, and that's okay. And now we are going to go ahead and try and continue our climb, or at least recontinue after we've fallen out of rank 10 a few times now. Kind of sitting on the border right now. These pings are totally fine for me. I feel like as long as we apply a little bit of pressure right now, we're going to be okay. I don't want to overload this turn. I guess I'm hoping for spell, or for healing, I mean. That's the best thing, so now we can't get only frostbolted. We can still get pinged and frostbolted down, which would be okay, because we have a nice Barnes to follow up. Now, the Barnes in this deck is not like the way that we use it in our control deck, where we're trying to pull big things. But Barnes is there basically as a 4-mana 4/5, with sometimes being the operative word of being very beneficial, where we get something like an Aya or an Alakir or a Ragnaros early. Even a Manatide Totem, which we kind of teched in here, and getting a Blood Mage Stalnos is actually kind of average. And then the bad draws are really then the Azure Drakes. We don't really need them right now, and the Tunnel Trogs again. 1/1 Tunnel Trogs are not really that great. Not really sure what our opponent's thinking. Ooh. And an Arcane Blast. Well, you know what? That's actually a really good result for us, because that's a lot of resources just on one little 2-mana minion. I guess the thing we're hoping for would be either Manatide or Rag at this point. Tunnel Trog, not that great. Not horrible either, might force a ping. This is not really a deck that we try and be super aggressive with. Although coming into this sort of Reno matchup, we do have to apply a little bit of pressure, otherwise they will outvalue us, especially once they get to their Kazakus draws. And that's a decent card that we're going to throw out next. Maybe we won't actually throw this out next turn, because this is a great Flame Strike board right now. Ooh, what's this? Oh, a Roaring Torch. Wow. Our opponent must be having a really awkward hand right now. And again, pinging down the minions. Possibly telling us that they don't have tons in hand that they can. That's very strange. I have to use a Roaring Torch on an Azure Drake. They really don't want that to stay alive. Let's count cards real quick together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This draws us to 9, then we go to 10. I think we can afford to go ahead and see if there's a Flame Strike in that hand of our opponents right now. They've got a... I mean, they've been playing cards every turn, just strange cards. I mean, I guess, you know, there's just some matchups you don't want to be playing certain cards into. And we've only seen a few cards. Firelance Portal, another one of. Ooh, 4/2, that's a really good one for us. That makes us kind of happy. Now the question is, how do we want to do this, though? And we have options. We want to take the face damage. I kind of want to hang on to the Jade Claws. But then we also have Maelstrom Portal right now, which lets us take no face damage. And depending on what our opponent's planning with their deck, sometimes we like keeping a little extra health, although it's very early. So I'll go ahead and Totem. And we could still think from below here. If we had a Bloodlust in this deck, which we obviously don't, and I would love to make room for it, I honestly just, if someone can figure out what to cut in order to fit a Bloodlust in there, please let me know, because I'd love to have a Bloodlust in here. It just doesn't fit right now. And I know people say, oh, Bloodlust is win more, it's win more, but I think it's also kind of a win now card, because with this sort of deck, with this sort of board, I would be threatening lethal if I had Bloodlust in hand, or if I thought I could top deck into it, that sort of thing. Whereas right now, ooh, 3 to all minions? Well, yeah. So we're kind of short on lethal. Actually, let's see how close we are. We might have it. No. Jade Lightning costs too much. Actually, this is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. Hold on, hold the phone a second. How close to lethal can we get our friend right here? This is 5. If we play Azure Drake, this is 8. Then 8 plus 4 is only 12. Basically force a Reno or an ice block, right? And our opponent, I think they kept a couple cards. If we get spell power here, it might be lethal. Because then this goes 5. This goes 4. 5 and 4 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 3 is only 17.
I wonder.
That was one AoE. I think we'll do a half measure. We'll hero power first. How much is this? This is gonna be 7. That goes 8, 9. If we get hit with a flame strike, we could have lethal with spell power totem. And we're not gonna use our other burn. So this is definitely now obviously threatening lethal on board, so our opponent's going to have to answer either with an ice block or an ice block and a Reno, which would be the worst. Or they could just ice block and do something else, and then Reno the following turn, because the worst we could do is pop the ice block. So I mean, this is basically, I think, how this matchup has to work. Our opponents played a lot of those, you know, really reactive. They played a lot of spells so far. They comboed a Blood Mage with a Volcanic Potion, which was cool. But really, we've been applying the pressure, and we haven't built up our Jades at all. So that's still something that we have that we can be doing. And I think the only way, if this does get much farther, I feel like the only way that we really have a chance is by getting massive, massive Jades going, and that's going to be done by comboing with Bran. Well, there's our Reno we didn't want to see, right? So it's obviously a great thing that we didn't burn our removal when we didn't have the chance. If we get spell power now, Jade Lightning looks fantastic. Spell power, too bad. I think I'll Maelstrom and Jade Lightning then. It kind of rebuilds our board up. Do I play this? I'm gonna go with no, but I will go and hit face. I know it looks a little silly, but our opponent is going to have to start using their AoEs now, because otherwise our board is, again, just... It looks very threatening, even though we don't have a Bloodlust, we don't have a Thunder Bluff Valiant. So there isn't necessarily a whole bunch we can do in terms of burst potential with this board that we have, but our opponent doesn't know that. We're not streaming. They don't know what's in our hand. So we have the chance to build a little bit of a board. If this does get Flame Striked, I'm not upset, because we refill it with the Bran and the Jade Claws. And then we basically wait for our Aya to show up, and then we can... And then we can kind of just go from there with our Aya, kind of winning the day. Although, Polymorph is still a thing, which not much else in this deck does get polymorphed, aside from the Rag and the Alakir, which we do try and combo. Oof, this could be a weak turn that I would love. What is this? I wonder if that's... Yeah, Cone of Cold. That's a good one. That's a good one. Lightning Bolt, Jade Claws. With a Bran, that really stretches out the AoE that our opponent might have, which would absolutely, I don't want to say devastate us, but... I wonder if that's worth a Hex. Just because then our opponent would think they could play something else big. What else would they have? Maybe an Antondius, maybe an Alex. Oh, I really hope I didn't miss lethal back there. I think this basically preserves the board state. I wonder if Tunnel Trog is good enough to bait out some sort of Flame Strike. I don't know. We haven't seen that much. We still haven't seen a Blizzard as well. Blizzard's going to go ahead and remove Azure Drake, not the Tunnel Trog. I feel like, yeah, Tunnel Trog is one of these cards where people keep talking about wanting to cut it from these decks, because it's not a great top deck. I mean, early game, yeah, sure, it's a good 1-3 that has buffing potential. Oof, Arcane Intellect. We have a chance then, I guess. I guess we have a chance. They've already Reno'd. We've got 4, 5, 6 on board. This goes to 10, 11, 12, Set him to 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Top decking Alakir might be lethal. Alakir's another 10. What was our opponent at? Move cards. I wish there was a way for us to hide the cards. You know when you're looking at a discover mechanic, you have the option of hiding the cards. I wish I could hide the cards to see. So our opponent at 26? That's a little high for me to think I can do anything, right? 23. Okay, hold on. This is 3. That goes to 20. 3. This is 4. This is 8. So that's 18. 18 goes to... Oh my goodness. This is 8 damage. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, I don't think we have it though. Do we? This is now... Hit? Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. 2, 4... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, okay. We have the mana for it. So this trades. This is then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16.
I wonder.
We don't have enough burst in the rest of our hand to be able to do that, unfortunately. That's definitely not worth the hex. If we were to play one of these, where would we play it? Let's see what we get here. Spell power. Oh, that's potentially fantastic. Now this is definitely... That's definitely a really good result there. I don't think there was a way for me to fit more things on board and still be able to get in the damage. I mean, that was an extra 7 damage, but again, that's not enough for me, at least. I don't want to set someone at... I mean, yeah, obviously setting someone at 3 is fantastic. Flame Strike, we knew this was coming. I wonder if we can trigger it this way. So now we kind of refill the board. And I know this overloads us so we can't do the Alakir Flame Tongue combo, but that's okay because now this turn we're able to hopefully at least threaten popping the ice block, and then the following turn we Alakir Flame Tongue, which is kind of one of our big OTKs. Not OTKs, but you know, one of our big win conditions. Win conditions is the proper term. Ooh, we got a push here. Big removal on Bran, obviously. Bran is terrifying. And if we top deck Aya or Ragnaros, I think we're also still in good shape. So that's really cool. I don't think that this Seeker, just so we're clear, could be anything other than Ice Block. I don't see how it makes sense. Counterspell and Vaporize would kind of be useless. We'd already tested for Ice Barrier. We played stuff, right? So Mirror Entities, no option, and whatever the new one is, the Polymorph. So we're okay. Ooh, that's pretty juicy. 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1 away. This is a decent trade. Push a little more face damage. Wait, can we hit leap? Thorson, we do not like seeing that card. That's actually kind of very scary. Ooh, obviously we can pop. I would be afraid of dying though. I think I need to trade off. Although what happens if we Flame Tongue? Can we pop it then? This goes to 4, 5, 6. Although everything trades and we leave a Flame Tongue up. And we can leave up a Flame Tongue and an Aya. So hold on, this is what I'm thinking. We Flame Tongue here. The 3 trades here. The 2 trades here. Then we have 4 damage going face. We could pop then at this point. We could pop that and also play Aya. I think that's very reasonable. It clears the board. It protects us. Oh, just popping it on board just feels so much better, right? Hit? No. Take the easy trades. I think this is okay. We popped the ice block, the Reno's gone. Maybe there's some minor healing, but I can't imagine that there's really that much. The best case for our opponent really is like a Doomsayer Frost Nova, I guess, to stall out our board, but then we win because we have Alakir, and again, they don't know that. We also have a Hex in case there's just massive tauntage, if we need to push through. Although obviously Alakir with the Flame Tongue would be great at pushing through taunts. Like, I don't know what taunts exist in the game that would stop us.
I bring life.
Alex is pretty good, but I think we have the damage. I don't see that being any way to save. This is still 11, 12, 13. This is, that's well played. Whew, everyone, that was nice and close. That was a scary one. I like this deck. I dig this deck. It's definitely nice to be playing some nice, big, powerful decks again. Obviously, the control deck, I still think it's viable to be climbing, and even at this rank, but we are going to continue with the mid Jade deck, because I think it's going to help us push into the single digits, which is where we want to be. We want to get to rank 5. And if you want to hang out with me while I'm doing that, feel free to subscribe. There's a big red button below that has that word on it. Feel free to hang out and get updates when I'm posting more videos. I do that daily. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.